Hi. So, you guys know what I'm gonna be talking about. I don't really address, usually I don't address drama in the community. I try not to. But also, what the fuck happened? Why is there a weird unidentified object on my head? Ignore it, please. But hi, hello, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, hi, I'm FEARSONA. You can call me Sona, and I'm your friendly neighborhood true crime VTuber. Here to give you a lot of reasons to be very, very careful if you are going into content creation and you're thinking of, joining an agency. I don't know, like I'm kind of, I'm turning around. Sona, hello. Little Shadow, thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Dino Alex, Tsuno Hanashi, David, hi, David Vasquez Gomez. Hello. Jose, Brian, thank you so much, my regulars, for always showing up to my streams, even when they are, when they don't bring the best of news. And today's stream is just one of those streams. Yeah, Darren, I was saddened when I heard he passed. Oh yeah, I saw. Among other news, Ozzy Osbourne passed away at the age of, I believe, 76, 78, if I got it correctly. But let's set that aside because that's one of the bad news too. But I just wanted to say at first, first and foremost, this stream, all proceeds from this stream, like if you guys decide to donate, either through super chats or directly through the link, but it's gonna go to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. The foundation link should be like here. You can probably see like, oh, donate to the foundation, so you guys can go ahead and do that if you want to. Obviously, if you're able to, if you're not able to, that's fine. You can just sit, make yourself comfortable, and let's wait. I'm just readjusting my microphone. What? Hopefully I did turn it on. Oh, you look at that. No scuff at the beginning. Never mind, there was scuff at the beginning because I had my microphone on before I like turned the intro on. So you might have heard like a click or something. I don't know, that was me. What UFO? What did I just miss? Oh yeah, there was like a dot on my, here on my head, and yeah. Okay, so for the today's news, well, we have what do you guys want to hear, bad news or bad news? Because that's, oh no, well, we're gonna watch that, of course it's scuff, but we're gonna watch it. But we have a lot of bad news. So first of all, if you whether or not you know about this, VShojo is or was a major agency, major VTuber agency, and it seems like it's gonna disappear. It seems like it's already disappearing. Ironmouse, the biggest talent, probably the biggest VTuber, the biggest VTuber creator in the world, known for working with VShojo and being a member of VShojo for a long time. She has announced that she is leaving VShojo for not the greatest reasons, because as it turns out, VShojo did mismanage their finances majorly, and they ended up essentially not paying $500,000 to the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which, by the way, is extremely important to Ironmouse because she herself suffers from common variable immune deficiency. So this was kind of like the tip of the iceberg. As it turns out, like, new information is coming out. We're gonna cover some of it. We're gonna cover the legal side of it. Allegations, possible consequences, because there's a lot. And after Ironmouse, like, this is the gist, right? So Ironmouse leaves. She reveals that the company was mismanaging finances. She wasn't being paid. Like, they owe her a lot of money. And I mean, a significant amount, she said, like, a significant amount of money. And then they owe the charity $500,000. And then more and more talents, and I mean big guys, you know, I mean Project Melody, I mean Henya, Mint, Made Mint. Well, she wasn't in VShojo, but she was collaborating with VShojo. Then Kesan, all of them came out saying, actually, the agency didn't pay us for a long time, for quite a few months. Let me readjust myself because of course I'm gonna be turning around, spinning around like, I don't know. You spin right around. Okay. Not paying the money to the charity is probably fraud, I think. Yeah, like there has to be, like there is some illegal activity there. Like I was watching Legal Mindset's, one of Legal Mindset's videos. He's a lawyer and he was analyzing things. And yeah, he did say that this has been going on for quite a while. They're probably filing for bankruptcy because they probably owe a lot of money to their investors and they mismanaged that money and they tried to pay off a loan with a loan and it just ended badly. Spinny Sona. Yeah, just ignore it. Like I'm gonna be spinning around like a little bit, you know, like just now and then, and I have to just like recalibrate this and you know, you spin me right round, baby, right round. Oh my god. Okay. I'm sorry for laughing, but this is not funny. Okay. So do you guys want to hear? No, never mind. I do have some good news. I do have one thing that I found that I think you guys are gonna, you know, I think this is like a little light in the tunnel. That's it. That's all I have. I was checking out this goat, dog, pig hybrid chupacabra looking animal thing for way too long before I realized it's a chihuahua. It's just a chihuahua. That's it. That's all for it. That's it. The end of the good news. That's it. It's not a chupacabra. It's just a chihuahua. That's the end of the good news. So yeah, this hit like yesterday or the day before. I don't even know. No, July 22nd. Okay, so this hit the day before. Now, the heck is that creature? I was just, yeah. This is actually the nose. This is the ear and eye. Obviously, he's just a demon. So this hit on July 22nd. And then the video hit, we're going to watch that. And then, well, today's news, I just saw this now, is that VShojo store is currently unavailable because when this happened, other talents came out and they quit. Everyone quit. I mean, everyone removed, like, you know, well, Zentreya, Zentreya, my Polish accent coming out, but Zentreya quit quite a while ago. A couple of them started quitting and everyone, you know, like Giga quit, then Zentreya quit, and people were asking like, oh, what's going on? Like something's going on with VShojo because a lot of people are quitting suddenly. And yeah, as it turns out, like a lot of things were happening. And yeah, Ironmouse left. Kesan left, and I was watching that stream live because Kesan actually because she's under, I believe Kesan is under the JP branch of VShojo, and she did a stream and actually called the CEO of the JP branch on stream. And well, she was like she was very upset. She was very upset and she demanded answers. Everyone, like, no, I mean everyone is leaving. Everyone is leaving. Like, I think the only ones that are kind of like still left, sorry for like weird, but kind of still left is the JP, the new generation, right? Like the recent gen. But even them, they also removed VShojo from their name. Also, VShojo doesn't exist. Like after, you know, I think they're closing down. They're filing for bankruptcy because they are in, potentially, from what I'm seeing, potentially $10 to $30 million in debt. They owe $30 million. And it's been happening since 2022, 2023, that scope. So 2022/23, it's been already happening. So, and that is, mind you, when Silver Veil and Vebe left VShojo. And they did say, well, I mean, they didn't say anything, They didn't, because they are under an NDA, but they did say like, oh, nice to see that things, well, I mean, not nice to see, like it's fucked up to see that things haven't changed. So yeah, like so let's just recap. Ironmouse quits, Kesan quits, Henya comes out with the fact that she wasn't paid for a while and quits. Zendaya quit before, Giga quit before, for reasons like, oh, disagreements with management, right? But now we know what was happening. And back in 2023, Veibe and Silverveil quit VShojo, also for like, strange reasons. Like, like just strange reasons. And everyone else just quit. So it all imploded. It all imploded yesterday, which, I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. You guys, yeah, they better get the money to pay off the debt. Oh, absolutely. Because they have some investors invested $10 million, very wealthy investors, $10 million. That's not a small amount of money. And this money was mismanaged. This money was wasted down the drain. And now that they're filing for bankruptcy, it's very unlikely that anyone's going to get their money back. Yeah, Ironmouse, like the talents, the girls, they were not paid. Kesan was not paid since September 2024. She was not being paid. And the CEO said in that stream, the CEO was saying, oh, the JP branch was doing relatively well. Like from the money that I was seeing coming out and coming in, we were doing okay. And she confronts the CEO saying, okay, where's my money? Why am I not getting paid? Are you getting paid? So the CEO says like, yes, I'm getting paid. I took a pay cut, half my paycheck, but I'm getting paid. And she's like, yeah, I'm not getting paid. I haven't been, paid for months now. Where's my money? I want my money right now. And it's just, yeah, like it's a lot of things. Also, Anonymous donated $5 to the charity. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate it. And also IDK Bacon, sorry, I just saw it. Thank you so much for your donation. You guys, this is amazing. I hope that, we can, regardless of what's happening, regardless of everything that's happening right now, I hope that we can take this opportunity to make it into something positive, as in not the situation, but at least, support a good cause, because it definitely needs, it lost a lot of money. The charity lost a lot of money. And, it's good to know that the community, not even one community, you guys, like many different communities are hearing about this and they're coming together. People are coming together, and the charity currently earned, like the Ironmouse's, like the Immune Deficiency Foundation, just reached $1 million goal. Well, I mean, the goal was like 500K to, make up for the lost money from VShojo, but now they hit $1 million. So that's amazing. And it keeps going. So now I said earlier that VShojo had suffered damage a couple of years ago, but that they recovered from it. That said, there is no way they can recover from this. Oh, absolutely. Like a couple of years ago, right? Like that was already pretty big. I believe like 2023, right? Or even earlier. Yeah, there were things. I guess there were things, but no one saw this. Obviously, we didn't see it because we are not insiders. But there were for sure, like people had their suspicion. They were kind of saying like, oh, this is out of the blue for Vei and for Silver to leave VShojo so suddenly and like so vaguely. And it seems like we have the reason. Like things with money have been happening for quite a while now. So let's watch that video. Let's start with Ironmouse's video because that was a big one. I mean, now it has like 1.2 million views at this point, and she literally has 1.3 million subscribers. So yeah, people are watching. Also, another dono. Thank you so much, you guys. That's amazing. Thank you so much for donations. Okay, let's see this. Oh no, wait, you guys can't hear it. Wait. I fucked up. Of course I fucked up. Oh, Okay, it should be fine. It should be fine. Let's watch this. Let's watch it. Scuff. Scuff as always, you guys. Scuff as always. And then we're gonna watch the video. We're gonna watch, so I have a couple of videos. I'm just gonna show you guys like what videos do I have. So I have Ironmouse's video. So this one is Ironmouse's video. Then we have a video from Kesan. Well, this is a re-upload because the video was majorly in Japanese. I was watching that live stream when it was unfolding, when it was happening, and guys, it was wild, but a lot of it was in Japanese. So you know, now I was waiting for, well, I mean, I did understand most of the stream when it was happening, but yeah, obviously, like, to show, that's why I was like waiting for like, I didn't go on live stream immediately. I was waiting for this version with subtitles because I do think it's pretty important to hear to this. I can only Japanese, not speak it. What? God. I remember watching the press Nosagi's videos about the damage VShojo had taken a couple years ago. I might rewatch those videos for more context on what happened, since I do not recall it. Oh yeah, you should, if you have Twitter, you should share them. Like, I would love to watch those to just maybe see what was happening before. So this one is the you know, the video like where Kesan called the VShojo JPCO. Then we have Henya's video. So we have, oh shit, okay, so we have Henya's video. Then we're gonna watch another video by, so this one is interesting. Oh shit, of course, wait, let me, yeah, okay, so we're gonna watch another video. A lot of videos are, okay, this is the legal mindset. So we're gonna watch the, you know, members videos, and well, this one is by a person who was one, like, VTuber who was supposed to join VShojo. So she was the future member from the auditions that happened in 2024, and her experience was also not good, as it turns out. And then we're gonna watch legal mindset. So so yeah, let's watch this. Let's go.
I am leaving VShojo. Unfortunately, I recently found out that for the past couple of months, I have been misled by VShojo. With the information that I currently have, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid.
Crazy.
And most importantly, the thing that hurts me the most is that the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is the most important charity to me, and also the reason why I'm here today, is owed over $500,000 from VShojo. I know that this is a lot, and it's very important for me to be honest with all of you. I really want to tell you everything, but unfortunately right now, I have been instructed by my attorney to wait for more of the legal procedure to unfold.
Yeah, which is, you know, obviously this is smart. She probably is. Again, there probably are NDAs in place, so she can't really say that much about it, but yeah, but at least she came out to say the things that she can say, because this is like this is a whistleblower, right? Because no one else, all of the girls, like, now they're saying like, yeah, we were patient, we had trust in the company, you know, like, we tried to trust them, we tried to wait, we tried to be understanding and patient when they were making promises, they were promising that they would pay us, and a lot of it was them putting their trust into the agency and you know, just being like wanting their dream to keep going, right? Because they were being promised a lot of opportunities, a lot of like, oh, you know, like, this is gonna happen not too far from now, so not long from now, so, you know, please be patient, we're gonna make it up for you, like, make it up to you, right? But that didn't happen. Yeah, no, it's never gonna happen, so yeah.
So one day I will be able to tell you the full story. But for now, I just need to let you know that I will no longer be a part of VShojo. If you give me a moment of your time, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I know for a lot of people right now that this might be the first time you were ever watching me. I became a VTuber because I really wanted to make friends. I was very lonely due to the fact that I have a primary immune deficiency disease called CVID.
Yeah, so
I
this is the
basically have
so this is common variable immune deficiency. CVID is relatively frequent form of primary immunodeficiency found in about 1 in 25,000 persons. Yeah, like you guys can, you know, screenshot it, or you can go to her video later and read about it. Well, the point here is that she was, right, like she was confined to her house, like her immune system doesn't exist. So she was virtually not hireable, where like she thought, you know, right? Like she thought like, oh, there's no chance I can get a job with my condition. And so she started streaming, right? Like this is the background of Ironmouse, like why she started streaming and so on. So
isolated for long periods of my life. So then I found streaming and I thought about giving it a try because I wanted to see if I could make some friends online because I honestly couldn't ever leave my room. I never really expected to grow an audience or anything. It was one of the last things on my mind. I just thought that I would stream to, you know, 5 to 10 people and just hang out from time to time, make some friends, play games, and just continue on with my life.
Well, okay, Fadzeri says, man, we lost treasure and don't even notice. No, we didn't, because let's say the good thing about, you know, the positive side of like VShojo, let's say, it was that they allowed, right, like they allowed their talents to keep their IP. So simply Ironmouse could just, you know, get up and walk away, and she takes her character, she takes like her persona, her IP is hers. Well, because she came in with the IP, because they, right, like they kind of, if you are a name like Giga, like Silverveil, like Vebe, I think they existed, right? Like they existed before VShojo. So they just joined and they own their IP, so they could just walk away with it. So I guess that's a good thing, right? Like we don't lose Ironmouse as Ironmouse. We just, right, like, oh, okay, yeah, like she's not a member of VShojo, but she's still Ironmouse, and she's keeping her character and everything.
But unfortunately, I was too scared to stream with my face. So a friend of mine recommended that I try an app called FaceRig that would allow me to use an anime avatar around the time when I was approached to join VShojo. And it was through VShojo that I was able to grow into the Ironmouse that I am today. When I was approached in 2020 and asked to join VShojo, it seemed like a good idea, but I honestly did not know if I could ever be a corporal VTuber because...
To answer some of your questions, because I see that you guys are messaging that, oh, all of them were independent VTubers before joining VShojo. Most of them, yes, but not all of them. No, because some of them were from different agencies. Well, it's not like they weren't with the agency anymore. Like, for example, K9 Kuro or I believe Henya, right? Like Henya, like those were corpo VTubers before. I believe they worked with Nijisanji. Henya was Pikame? Was it? Or Hololive? I forget. But Henya was Pikame, and then Pikami. Sorry, I keep messing it up. And K9 Kuro was actually Mysterious in VShojo EN. So there was, you know, there were a couple of right, like yeah. So Project Melody is an odd case. Yeah, Project Melody, I think she, right, like it's like that's another one. FEARSONA always takes the positive side of something event or tragedy. Yeah, well, I mean, this one is. I hope that it can turn out well for the talents, for for all the VTubers, everyone who was wronged, and for the charity. That's it. What's VOMS? I don't. Was it like another agency? Oh, also Joshua, thank you so much for the donation to the charity. Pikami wasn't Niji. Yeah, like I was like, but Pikami was also another, like she was in a different agency, right? Like she was still in an agency. I don't think she was, or was she not? Like, yeah, I don't remember that one. Like I thought she was also in another group. Okay, so she was another VTuber. Okay, so it was another VTuber agency. Never mind. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I think because yeah, like there was another situation back then, but yes, Pikami, not Silver, Pikami, and Keina and Kuro, they were Matara-kan. Like that one was also, I forgot about Matara, but Matara-kan was also in Niji-sanji ? She was, I believe she was Nina Kosaka, and if I remember correctly, that was Niji, or yeah, but a lot of them. All right, so I'm gonna like speed it up a little bit. We're gonna watch it at 1.5 speed because there's a lot of videos, and I just wanted to go over them.
I felt like I just couldn't. In my mind, I saw myself as unhireable, which is why streaming worked for me. I had no boss, no strict rules, I had no hours, no expectations. It was all up to me, and due to the fact that I have lived my life chronically ill and being unable to do much of anything, I just felt like there was no way that anyone would ever take me or want me. For a while, I was struggling to make a decision because I was afraid about my...
Man, it's tough, right? Like it was, I mean, it's a valid reason to be worried, right? Like, oh, she had this pretty rare condition, right? Well, I mean, yeah, like, she had this form of immunodeficiency, and yeah, like she thought like, okay, well, I'm not hireable because I can't really leave my house. So this seemed like a great opportunity, right? Like, because she doesn't have to leave her house. VTubing seemed, and streaming was the way to work.
And afraid about trusting people because I felt like every time I put my trust in people, it always ends in grief for me. So I was worried about expectations and a million and one other things. But I ultimately decided to join VShojo. It really pains me that I am unable to fully explain why I am leaving. But for right now, here's what I am.
Why? My video disappeared. Of course. I think my computer is like breaking. It's breaking down because it's the weight of the drama, the weight of the scandal.
Share with you. I would always be told how important I was for the company, and I was always told that I was needed in order for the company to succeed. Although that was very positive to hear.
Well, because she was. No, like I mean, absolutely. She was like the golden rose. Like someone did say it in like on Twitter, I believe, but like Ironmouse never had a major, all those years, she never had a major drama. She never had like any major issues. She was like a model talent, a golden rose for VShojo, and she was bringing in the numbers. And yeah, well, I mean, yeah, they really messed it up.
A lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me to the point where I felt guilt tripped into signing. I felt responsible for everybody. I felt responsible for staff and talent alike. And I felt like if I didn't do this and if I didn't stay, I was hurting everybody and I was destroying everybody's life. But this didn't feel right with me, and I began to feel extremely uncomfortable. As my viewers know, privacy has always been one of my biggest concerns. I've had a lot of scary experiences in my life, so one amazing thing for me was the fact that VShojo handled all my payments, and it meant that I never had to give out any of my personal information, so that was always a blessing to me. As time went on, I decided that I wanted to try to start pulling out my remaining funds because I wanted to start taking over my own finances. This is what led me to this point. Throughout the years, Connor and I...
Yeah, so up until this point, VShojo was handling her money. And VShojo was handling the payments, and well, I guess like I can understand that. Like, obviously, I would say like majority of streamers, majority of VTubers, like we don't come from like finance background. We're not accountants. Like, yeah, we handle our own money when we're indies, but when it comes to joining an agency, like you are, like you get a lot of support, which is great. And this support includes like, okay, handling the finance stuff, which, you know, if the VTuber agency is successful, if the talents are successful, that involves a lot of money and that involves a lot of numbers. And, you know, like it's scary. It's scary to handle on your own. So obviously, like, it's understandable that she was excited to have this help, to have help from like professionals, accountants, and but then numbers weren't adding up. And then, you know, like, she wasn't being paid for projects, and that really set off an alarm. You know, it did set off an alarm because obviously, like, you're working, like she's working and she's working hard on all those projects, and suddenly she realizes like, oh, well, wait, I never got paid for this. Like, what's going on? You know, like, I worked my ass off. Where's the money? And then another alarm went off in her head because of the charity, right? Like, oh, well, I did this, you know, donathon, I did this event, and I worked so hard for this charity to get $500,000, and it seems like they did not get a penny. So, yeah.
I have raised around $4 million for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. The majority of the money raised is through Tiltify at events like the Cyclothon, the charity auction, and other miscellaneous events that we've had. However, because of the success of my first subathon, I decided to donate half the earnings of my following 2 subathons to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. The first time I tried this, it worked great. Over 200,000 people supported me, and because of that, we raised over $329,350 to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Because the money came from my Twitch revenue instead of a Tiltify link, it required VShojo to make the donation on my behalf. They promptly sent the payment, and the subathon was a huge success. So I decided to do it again the next year. My last subathon was one of the biggest events I've ever done. The support was overwhelming.
Wait, so that means there were like 2 payments that added up to 500K. Did I understand it correctly? Maybe I misunderstood, but I understand like, oh, there was one last year, and then this time another one, and it just added up, and none of this was done. Like, none of this was completed. It wasn't transferred to the charity. The drama with Nuxtaku was the biggest clue of shady practices going. See, I don't, like, I've been hearing about this. I just don't know the drama. I guess, like, I'm not up to date on that. Like, I do know that there was some drama. I do know of this creator. I've never actually watched him. Like, I just, like, I know of this creator. I did watch, like, I don't really watch his streams. I don't watch his content. I did maybe, like, see some clips, and I was just like, yeah, that's not my style. It's okay. But I have been hearing of, like, this person that, you know, like, there's been some kind of scandal around them. And then, yeah, Nux really has been pulling his name down through the toilet. I definitely have been hearing about like Nuxtaku, but like his drama with VShojo, I'm not sure what that is about. Like I'm not really informed about that. So you are deducing correctly. 2 payments missing. Yeah. Okay, so I did understand it correctly, because I was not sure if I caught that. Rapture Queen, hello. Okay. Let's continue.
And I ended up getting over 300,000 subscribers and breaking the all-time sub record. But this also meant that
that's the time. Oh, I remember that time.
$515,000 for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I once again asked VShojo to make the donation on my behalf, but unfortunately, still a year later, VShojo has not paid the charity.
Yeah.
The Immune Deficiency Foundation means the world to me. Connor and I have both spent a ton of energy, time, and resources raising money for charity, and we're both so proud to be able to say that we've raised nearly $4 million for charity. We almost always...
Yeah, but it sucks, right? Like, now it just feels like, you know, well, I mean, I'm sure, right? Like, she worked so hard, and she was raising, like, she always made it such a big deal, right? Like, that she's so proud of like herself, or herself, but like, she's so proud of this charity that it's so big, and that she can contribute to that. And then to find out that none of this went to the charity, like none of that money, like you worked so hard, you were trying to help, and then none of it went to the charity because your agency kept that money because they were under, and they decided to. And by the way, that's illegal. That's illegal, because that's literally a crime, because legal mindset is gonna talk about it sorry, Legal Mindset is going to talk about it. But yeah, because this money was donated by people with the thought of, okay, this money is going to charity. It's not going to this business. And it's not, right? Like from the beginning, it was very clear this money, all of this money is going to charity. It's not going to the business. Like, yeah, it's going to go through the business, but it's going to be donated. You know, and then that's right. Like I don't know if that's embezzlement or, well, I mean, it is some sort of fraud, right? Yeah. Okay. Anya, good night. Good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right.
Please raise money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. They help people with primary immune deficiency diseases, or PI, which are inherited disorders where a part of the body's immune system is missing or doesn't function properly, which makes people like me more prone to infection. And this includes over 450 different conditions. The Immune Deficiency Foundation is a charity that is near and dear to my heart and has a particular significance in my life. When my health first started getting really bad, the Immune Deficiency Foundation helped me immensely when I really had nowhere else to turn. I was terrified.
And Bacon says it's even more of a crime when you realize VShojo probably put that down as a tax write-off. Yeah, right? Like that's another thing, because like, oh, every donation to charity, you can just like tax deduction, right? Like tax deductible because it's a donation, because it's for charity. So they probably did that too, even though they never donated that money. So that, you know, that's even a bigger crime. So yeah, that's tax crime. Tax fraud.
I was lonely.
Although I'm gonna say this, I am obviously not a lawyer. I'm not an expert. I'm gonna listen to a lawyer. I'm gonna listen to a video by a lawyer. So yeah, we're gonna, after this one, we're gonna look at the like Kesan's video and Henya's video, and then we're gonna look at Legal Mindset, and then we're gonna look at the other members' video. No, not the beast, not the beast. What? That can be put on the lawsuit. Oh, absolutely. Like I'm hoping that the girls, like all the, well, girls, there's also like Kuro, but all the talents are gonna just come together and they're gonna consult a lawyer and see where this goes. But yeah, I mean, that's
confused.
It's not looking great.
I honestly didn't really know what was going on, and I never ever want anyone else to go through that. This entire situation has broken me. I just wanted to do something good and to give back to a community that helped me. But unfortunately, that's not the case. As much as I would like to continue to talk about this, unfortunately, I can't. So, to recap, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid.
As I said, right, like significant amount of funds because of all the projects, all the streams, all the things that just went unpaid, sponsorships that just went unpaid for months and months on end, if not years.
Most importantly, the Immune Deficiency Foundation is owed over $500,000 from VShojo. I really wish that I could tell you more, but right now, I have been advised to wait for legal proceedings. As of right now, I am an independent VTuber. I am at a loss of what to do right now. I'm kind of processing everything. I'm
sure.
very sad and very confused.
I mean, I'm sure, like, you had this whole team supporting you and you had a system, right? Like there was also always a system in place and, you know, yeah, like it became a routine, right? And now suddenly you're an indie, so you lose all of that and you just have to go back to, okay, figuring it out on your own. When it was like years of, you know, just having a nice streamlined way to do things.
I want to apologize to the Immune Deficiency Foundation and to my community who has shown so much support to me. I also wanted to say that all the ad money made from this video will go towards the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. I really, like I said, I really haven't had much time to process this. But below the video in the description box is a link to a donation fund for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Thankfully, any donations...
Like I did link, so the link that she's talking about is the Tiltify. So you can... Obviously, you can choose to, like, if you would like to donate, you can choose to go to tiltify.com /@ironmouse/ironmouse. So this is the link. Mods can put it in the, actually, I can put it in the chat too. Let me put it in my chat as well. But you don't have to, like, you don't necessarily have to go to this link because I also put the, right, like I set my stream. So there should be, right, like there is a link already, so I don't really have to do that. But yeah, like if you want to donate through Tiltify, you can. Well, this is sad. It's sad. It's like that was a huge shock when I saw this. I was just like, what is going on? Like, why so suddenly? Like, I knew that, you know, Zendaya just left, so like maybe something big is going on. I mean, oh boy, I did not expect something like this. And then, you know, after this stream, after this video, this stream, well, Kesan came forward and she was very upset. And I mean, like, Ironmouse is like, she's sad, she's obviously upset, but not as upset as Kesan, because Kesan went on stream and she talked to the VShojo JP CEO for explanation. She asked for explanation because she was not getting paid. She hasn't gotten paid since September of 2024, and well, that's almost a year of no payments from the company that you work for. Not great. Okay, let's see this, because this is like, you know, as I said, like the stream itself was, I'm not gonna go watch the whole stream, because it was majorly in Japanese. And yeah, like this is the clip, you know, with subtitles. Yeah, a year, September 2024. That was the last time she got paid from the company. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me pin this. Let me pin this comment. Wait. Hold up. Da-da-down, da-da-down, down. Let me pin the comment. I could hear myself. I could hear myself on my stream. Great. This is exactly what I want to hear. My own voice. Oh no. Oh no. Do I sound like Phoebe Buffet? Okay. She said no downsides on debut. They made a fool of her. Oh yeah, right? Like no and guys, I mean, it is pretty, it's really upsetting. It's so disappointing. Sorry, it's so weird because I'm like not looking straight. Why? Why, Mokopi, why are you doing this to me right now? I don't need this. I don't need to turn around. I don't want to turn around. I don't want to spin like microwave, like I'm in a microwave, please. But yeah, right, like it's, the upsetting part is that every single one of them, and Kesan also, same thing, like, oh, no downsides, right? Like she was super excited about joining the company, and well, this is what she gets, like, right? Like this is how they repaid her. So let's watch it. I feel like they expanded too quickly, and they just went, I don't know, like well, they mismanaged things, and they went too big too fast, and they just got too cocky with their spending, and ended badly. Still crazy to me. It raised 1 million in what, 1 day, 2 days? Yeah, no, like 2 days, essentially 2 days, and it's like a million, over a million, and it keeps going. So that's, you know, like it's not just the VTuber community, it's not just VTuber fans. I mean, yeah, it is, like VTuber fans are a huge part of it, but yeah, I've been seeing like other people coming in, other streamers, other communities, like just kind of joining in and being like, okay, this is horrible, let's support this charity. So let's watch Kesan's video with the CEO.
So did you just say that VShojo JP itself was doing good?
そうですね。
In finances too?
そうです。
You haven't paid me.
っていうことになるんですね。その、本社の中の帳簿上はそうなってたっていうことは聞いてます。
日本でもタレントに1円も払われてない状態っていうのを把握しておられたんでしょうか？
そうです。はい。
Guys, they didn't pay the talents, and that, well, there's no excuse for that. Like, why? The talents, you are a talent agency, you are a VTuber agency, you're not paying VTubers. Like, this is why your agency exists, because there are VTubers, and you're not paying the key members that create the agency. No, she didn't sneakily recorded this. I think this was, he was aware. He was aware that he is on call and this is on live. This is going live. No, that was, it was agreed upon that he's gonna come in and she's gonna ask her questions live. So it's not, it's not like malicious. It's not like, sneakily recording. No. Right? So, yeah, he was aware. I think he was aware. That's, yeah, he knew. He agreed. So it's not like sneakily, recording or anything. He was asked and he agreed to come in. But what baffles me, what just like blows my mind, is the fact that, yes, like I understand that there are labor laws. So if you have full-time staff, right, like actual full-time staff, you have to pay them according, at least like Japan has like very strict labor laws, so you have to pay your staff. But even that, like honestly, it's coming out that they were also like VShojo did a bad job and they were also not being paid. And I think a lot of talents with VShojo are not, I guess, like in a formal sense, they're not considered full-time employees. They are considered contractors, especially the ones that did not come into the agency without, like, if they came in with a persona with pre-existing IP, they are considered contractors, which does not excuse not paying them at all. But I think there's like a little bit more, I guess, like they did have some more leeway to not pay or to delay payments or whatever. Still not great. I mean, still horrible, because talents are literally what makes your company. Especially if your company is a VTuber agency. It's like, yeah, without these people, your agency doesn't exist. So, pay them. Thankfully, dinner is ready. So, dinner. I was like, dinner. What? Dinner. Oh, dinner is ready. I misread. Jesus. Congrats, Sona. Thank you. Good job at reading stuff. As long as VTubers are kept as independent contractors rather than employees, this kind of thing will keep happening. Yeah, and I think, it is also sort of exploiting the fact that they were very patient and very understanding. Definitely, like the company did kind of, how do I say it? Like, push the boundaries, right? Like they pushed the boundaries, they pushed them to be patient with them, and they pushed them to agree to wait, right? Because they were leading them on, they gave them a lot of hope, like, oh, this project is gonna be finalized. We're gonna pay you after this is wrapped up, like that's, like, oh, we're gonna pay you after these things are wrapped up because we have this great opportunity, and like, oh, like we can, let's just wrap this project up. Let's just wrap this collab up, or let's just wrap this we have this sponsorship that's almost complete. Let's, like, why don't you wait for the payment? Like, it's okay, we're gonna pay you next month. Like, we're just a little bit delayed, but it's okay, it's gonna be great, And because it's VShojo, and because it's, sorry, I have to, like, I'm still spinning around like I'm in a microwave. And if it's, I think like people would have more suspicion if it was like a smaller agency, lesser known or whatnot, but it was the VShojo. So you don't, right? Like huge, one of the 3 big, huge agencies in the world. It was, right? Like it was always like VShojo, Nijisanji, Hololive. Those were the 3 huge agencies. And like you trust them, right? Like you think like, okay, yeah, like, I mean, they're huge. They are this huge famous agency, and all those famous talents come from them. So there is no way that they can't handle that. There's no way that they would lie to me, or, right? Like you have some trust in the company. I mean, yeah, like there has to be some trust. Absolutely. But, that does not mean there can't be questions. That does not mean there can't be expectations and demands. Like, hey, that doesn't mean that you can go on being unpaid. You can have questions and you can have demands, and you can absolutely go in and be like, hey, I wasn't paid on the agreed upon date. What's going on? When can I expect my payment? Because this is not correct. This is not right. What I want to know is, where is the money, VShojo? I'm not gonna say that. we want that money go to IDV. IDV? Wait, VShojo. Where's the fucking money? Oh, okay. Whoa. Whoa, Jesus. I hate the agency structure. I'm sure, listen, it's just that, like, I don't think that every single agency is shady, every single agency is bad. I do want to believe, I believe that there are, good companies that handle stuff correctly, that handle stuff right. It is just discouraging to see that there are agencies who don't do stuff right. And I think this is a good reason, like, out of this whole situation, even though it's bad, even though it's, it's horrible, it's bad to see. Let me just pull this up. Out of this whole situation, I think what we can learn, what talents can learn, what streamers, VTubers can learn, is that it's okay to ask questions early on. It's okay to have, boundaries. It's okay to have legal boundaries and be like, okay, well, I would like it to be very clear that I'm getting paid on this and this day, and anything past that date, we're gonna have an issue, as in, like, we have to we have to solve this, because it's not gonna work if it's delayed all the time. I think it's a good reason. It's a good I'm sorry, I sound like a toaster, because of course, when it's something important and when I have something serious to say, my throat just suddenly goes brrr. You're gonna sound like a toaster now. You're gonna sound like a broken, I don't know, like broken toaster, broken rusty toaster. Okay, so what I was saying before my throat decided to rudely interrupt me with the toaster sounds, remember to hydrate. Toaster mode. Hey, toaster mode. Sorry, had to hydrate. Yeah, okay, I'm good. So, did you see that they have no talents listed as associates? The VTubers left. Good for them. Yeah, I did see that. So all of them left. Everyone. It's probably like the more news dropped or something, like another news. Because last time I saw they removed Ironmouse from their their lineup, but now it's probably like all gone. What I was gonna say is that I hope. I hope that this is, sorry, I have to like turn around because I'm still in a microwave. What I'm hoping for is that this is gonna be a good opportunity for us, VTubers, creators, potential aspiring creators, to think about those things, like to think about like, okay, well, I have my rights because I'm still an employee. I might be collaborating with an agency, but I still have the right to ask questions, and I have the right to have boundaries, and and I hope that it's also a good opportunity for VTuber agencies, other companies, to be careful how they handle money, to be very careful and make sure that you know what's going on in the company, you know what's going on with the money, you don't go beyond your capacity. Because I think this is what happened here. Like that's the word that I was looking for. I think they went beyond their capacity at one point. They just expanded too fast, too big. Like, I know that it's the saying, go big or go home. I get that, but I think in their case, they went way over their head, and they just went beyond their capacity, and things got mishandled, and it's not necessarily because they you make mistakes. Absolutely, like if you're running a business for the first time, if you're building a business for the first time, there are bound to be mistakes, but you can't go too big, right? Like you can't go too big with those mistakes. You can't go for years without keeping track of where the money is going to or how much money is being spent. Indeed, as an employee, you do have rights. Granted, working for a company means you will have to work under certain restrictions with respect to the company and its rules, with regard to the law. Absolutely, yeah, like it is, right? Like it's a mutual agreement. So each side has the rights, and each side has something that they have to agree to, right? Like you have that you meet in the middle, right? Like, oh, you agree to certain conditions, and there are gonna be restrictions, absolutely. But I don't think the Westerner English voice VTuber speaker can follow Japanese work hours. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like the US has pretty intense. I mean, probably not. Maybe not as like as intense as like Japanese work culture. Sometimes in some companies, in some cases, but you guys have it tough too. You know, like there's some aspects that are not, you know, ideal in like Western countries, like in working culture. Okay, let's continue with the video, because this is great. Wait, hold up. What happened?
っていうのを把握しておられたんでしょうか。
So she says like you do realize that you haven't paid the talents.
そうです。はい。
Mm-hmm.
それは資金的にうまくいってないのでは。
入ってくるお金と出ていくお金の数字のみを見たら、日本の支部っていうのはうまくやっていたってことですね。
Right, this is the part where I said like, yeah, he said that the JP branch was doing well.
出ていこうかな。入ってきたお金。I quit VShojo today.
はい。
VShojo やめます今日。
はい。
はい。31日予定でしたけど、今日やめます。
Yeah, so she was planning already like an exit on the 31st of July, but she just goes, you know what? No, I quit today. Because this is very, very, very bad.
I quit VShojo today.
はい。
VShojo やめます今日。
はい。
はい。31日予定でしたけど、今日やめます。I quit. This is very wrong. Very, very wrong. You're telling me that VShojo JP was doing good? Looked like, at least.
はい。
Doing good.
払っていたとしても、ケイソンに払っていたとしても大丈夫だったっていう感じですね。
You're telling me you could have paid me?
ということです。
Then where is it? Where is it? I want it now.
Zero.
Oh.
It's like, what? Like, so you're not gonna say anything to this?
Did you just die? What?
いや、
つまり、払えたかもしれないっていうか、まあ、そうですね。JP のタレントって私だけじゃないんですけれども、
はい。財布が一緒になっていたんで、
はい。
私が見えるのは、財布の全体ではなく、入ってくるお金と出ていくお金。
でもその財布に入ってたお金は本来タレントに払う額のお金でしたよね。
はい。
ちょっと何言ってるか分かんないんですけど、まあちょっとそれは置いといて。
Yeah. I mean, there was more, you know, like she was very upset during that stream. She was incredibly upset at like she was not, well, she was, you know, like she kept it polite in Japanese, but she was very straightforward. Like, where's my money? Like, pay me now. Like, what do you mean? And, you know, she did confront him because rightfully so, because talents were not being paid. And meanwhile, the staff was being paid, at least like JP staff was being paid. He was being paid, this person, the CEO on stream, he was still receiving his salary. So she's like, yo, so wait a minute. You are being paid, but I'm not being paid when I'm like a talent at a talent agency that's building this agency. What do you mean? When Kesan interviewed him, he said at the start that he could not say everything, partly because he does not know as much himself, but also, isn't he the CEO? I get it. Like, you don't know every single thing that is going on inside of the company, but finances, however, are a very important thing. And I think as the CEO, you should at least know everything about finances. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like too idealistic. Does not know as much himself, but also because he does not want to miscommunicate in English. I get that, but yeah, like I feel like there should be. I mean, also the legal side of it. So I think he couldn't say everything. Yeah, so legal mindset video, we're gonna jump to that actually, because like I wanna see that. This is the legal mindsets video about I think this is from 8 hours ago. I don't know if this one is the, wait, is this one? Let's watch the previous one. So there was another video, like legal mindset first did. Okay, so lawyer explains. Okay, we're gonna watch that one first. Oh shit. Okay, so we're gonna watch legal mindset video. You know, the end of VShojo, lawyer explains fast facts. So we're gonna see that. Turn around. Okay.
The revelations by Ironmouse and many other.
Okay, so we're gonna skip some of it. We're gonna speed it up too. Playback speed, hopefully.
That CEO. So we're going to go through all the facts today and really stick to the legal analysis. If you want to see the full version where I'm playing more video, I play all of Ironmouse's video and clear things that she dropped in her message that are legally relevant. First is that she has not been paid wages. So she's owed back wages. She's not been paid for a long time. And these payments that she's owed are in delinquency.
It's kind of, I'm so sorry, guys. This is so dystopian. Okay, so why am I laughing? I'm not laughing at the content. I'm not laughing at like I'm just laughing at this particular situation here. Do you guys realize that I am watching Legal Mindset, watching Ironmouse? What does this come to? Why? What have we come to? I'm watching another person watching another person. Just yeah, that's, oh my god. This feels dystopian. No, just tiny bit. What the kids call an absolute cinema. Wait, an absolute cinema. Reexception. Yeah, this is like Inception and Inception. Imagine if someone watched this clip of your stream. Oh my god, someone needs to do that. Someone please do that. I know I'm not like, maybe no one's gonna find it, like but maybe someone will find it and they will watch this very clip, watching me watch Legal Mindset, watch Ironmouse. Oh my god. It's so sad, but it's also so funny. Okay.
See, they've been owed to her for a long time. She hasn't been paid. And this is something that has been mirrored by other talents. We now have talents such as Kesan coming out and saying, I have not been paid for a long time. In fact, I believe she said September of last year. A very, very long time without payments, which is severe, which is significant. So there is an extended period of time with which people have not paid out to the talents. That's a massive, massive problem in and of itself. But the other great problem, the problem that can have huge criminal liability, is the potential fraud related to the charity, related to the Immune Deficiency Foundation that Ironmouse has always been so vocal for, because it's the cause that represents research that would help people like her and give them a brighter future and hope. And it really was something that she was so invested in. And they decided to take $500,000.
I don't know if this is okay. I mean, he's probably gonna say if it's embezzlement or, I mean, it is some sort of fraud. Has to be. You should know how we feel. We are watching him taking Ironmouse videos, watching you. Hey. Hey. Oh yeah, so you guys are watching me watch Legal Mindset, watch Ironmouse. Yeah. It's totally not dystopian at all. Okay.
And not pay that out to charity. Whatever they did with that, it was not paid to charity, and that is a massive, massive issue. And that's an issue that can see people behind bars. That can have criminal penalties, absolutely. Once again, these are our allegations at this point, but based on the number of talents speaking up, based on the number of talents that have removed the VShojo branding, we have to, at this point, assume there is some sort of substance behind these allegations. Of course, they are going to have to enlightening and act.
Okay, so this is the, like the, he was just talking about it. We're going to jump, around, yes. Yes, I can't speak apparently now. First the toaster, now I don't speak anymore. Yeah, jail time, possibly. This is serious. It's serious. It's not just one person. It's not just Ironmouse. It's Ironmouse. It's Kesan. It's Henya. It's collaborators because guys, like that's not even all. Like it's wait. Let me look it up. Let me just see because I had this pulled up, and as I said, like it's collaborations with Made Mint. So that's an indie VTuber. Well, she was, she was a big VTuber. I believe she was Hololive. But she left Hololive and she went back to her old account, Made Mint. And she had a collaboration with VShojo. And they never paid her for that collaboration. Made Mint hasn't gotten paid for collab merch. Yeah. Like collaboration with, I believe, Matara-kan. So they had a collab, like Matara and Made Mint. And she never got paid for that collaboration. She's not even a member of the agent. Like she was talking about like, oh, possibly, like she signed with the agency for this collaboration, I believe. And then she signed to build like a specific project. And then she never got paid for that. So, oh, Niji-sanji. Okay, Niji-sanji, but she left. Yeah. So she was with Niji. I forgot it was like Niji or Holo. It just, yeah. Pomu. Oh, Pomu. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, like Made Mint was Pomu Rain Puff with Niji-sanji. And yeah, like, so she didn't get paid for her work with VShojo. So this was, let me just pull this up because Rima Evenstar, she summed it up. So that was Mint's video and worked. So Made Mint said she worked with sorry. Yes, cholera. Apparently I have cholera or tuberculosis. I don't know. So worked with VShojo during her and Matara's podcast last year. She wasn't a member but collaborated on merch. Didn't receive money from merch drops. Said it wasn't really about that and let it go. See, I mean, I don't, this is not her fault. She was just, again, maybe idealistic. Yeah, it's not about that. It's okay. But you did the work. You legally are required or allowed to be paid, right? Like required to be paid for your work. And she wasn't, and she let it go. Which, it was a mistake on her end. Because she was, she had so much trust in this project and in this agency. She and Matara still received Patreon income. In Japan, opened up to Matara about feeling lonely and wanting to join a group or company, came up with the idea to pitch an idol group to VShojo. Gunrun, so that's the CEO of the VShojo itself, was supportive. Signed on technically as a member. They auditioned 2 others, and she clarifies it wasn't Barry or Pia. Like there were like 2 different members that I saw, like the VTubers that came out on Twitter and said that they actually signed with VShojo and they were going to be members in the coming months. Adds that some opportunities likely won't happen now. Debut getting delayed. It was understandable at first, but became frustrating. Another merge drop happened. She, again, didn't receive any money from it. Stayed optimistic, thinking it will be okay. It will work out. Clarifies she wasn't an outward-facing talent, but says, I guess I was a talent for over a year. Over a year! With, like, many missed projects or many missed like payment from projects. Eventually informed by the team, apologized for the trouble, and hopes people will continue to support the talents. You guys, like first and foremost, support. Like I know that we have a lot of very strong emotions towards the agency, towards the people who did wrong. But in all of this, let's remember to support Ironmouse, support Kesan, support the talents, Michi, Matara, like Zentreya, who else left? Well, the JP branch, you guys, like that's Mint, everyone who was wrong. Because if you don't like know this, Michi Mochivi, that's another one of, let me just pull her up. This is another one of VShojo talents, right? Michi. She was a year ago, just 1 year ago, she left Niji-sanji She was also in Nijisanji, and she left because she was also not being paid. Like, it was the same thing. Nijisanji owed her money, a lot of money. And so she left that agency. She was like, okay, well, you guys are scamming me. I think it was like Nijisanji, right? Like, am I wrong? Am I, although it might have been a different agency. But I believe it was Nijisanji. So she leaves the agency because they scammed her out of money, and she joins VShojo because she had so much, right? Like, her friends were there. Yeah, Niji, right? Like, so her friends were there. She's like, oh, VShojo is the good guy. You know, they're the good guys. So finally, you know, like, oh, I have this trustworthy agency. And then a year later, this happens. And she did say in her video, like, I can't do this again. You know, this is happening again. And I have to deal with, and I, you know, yeah, a lot of money was lost. A lot of my work just went unpaid. Again, like, I got myself into the, well, I mean, I got myself, right? Like, I was tricked again. Niji took money out of her paycheck to pay taxes and paid their own taxes with it, not hers. Oh yeah, like, I remember, like, and it was a significant amount of money. Yet again, a significant amount of money. So that's insane. Insane. Yeah, so Mint was also, you know, basically scammed out of money for her work. So we're gonna continue with Legal Mindsets video.
Actually gives us more of the business side of what is going on at VShojo. It's very clear from this that VShojo is in financial hot water, that they were not profitable. And whatever the distinction was between JP and US, it's very important to note that there was no official legal distinction. That is an internal distinction, the same as a department, for example, saying HR or whatever else, right? Or janitorial staff. It's an internal distinction. It still fell under the control and is the legal responsibility of the headquarters in San Francisco. So the JP branch, as much as that might be a certain amount of time.
Oh yeah, okay, so the headquarters is in San Francisco. That's why I hate scammers, because they're experts with scamming people unless they get exposed by a very smart person. I once mentioned that I almost got scammed until my mom took care of it. Yeah, I mean, you know, like, those are some skilled people. And I don't believe that they were scammers from the very beginning. I do believe that at the beginning it was a passion project, and it was a company that wanted to, you know, do right around the talents. And, you know, like, right, like, VShojo did have the, let's say, opinion of being a refugee camp. Well, kind of like like, oh, you know, like, they're the good guys, but they are basically like, oh, you know, like, they're offering support to talents who left other agencies, and, you know, they don't, right, like, they were kind of scouting the talents that left other agencies so that they can, you know, still have an agency they can join, and they can still receive support. And the idea behind it was good. You know, they wanted to get, you know, like, make sure that the talents don't go, you know, like, don't end their careers. Like, they still have potential. They're still incredibly talented people. So they wanted to make sure that, okay, yeah, you know, like, we want to support you and we want to make this great. And yeah, just like, along the way, something went wrong along the way, because they were doing fine, I think, up until 2022 ish, and then something was going wrong. I think all the members that used to be part of VShojo have left. I think IDK, who might be still with VShojo, but I know 99%. Oh yeah, like, it's no, everyone left. Like, it's the store is closed, everything is closed. So because they are bankrupt, they just went bankrupt. They again went over their head, and yeah, with the finances, they just flew too close to the sun. That's the only way I can describe it.
Talents that was managed by this quote-unquote CEO was not distinguished financially. So those funds that were coming in were being slushed together. So whatever profit JP was making was not offsetting, clearly, the losses they were taking on the US side or with their other talents. So as a whole, it seems they were in financial dire straits. Now, one big thing that was brought up during this was that the staff was paid and not the talent. There is a very important reason for that, which we're going to get into, which is all of the talents are designated, and this is for almost all VTubing companies. I have not seen one contract, and I've reviewed all of them, including the VShojo contract, Nijisanji, Hololive, Vector, all the greatest hits from big to small, Face Connect. I've seen all of them. I haven't seen a single contract that has said these people are employees. We consider them employees. They all try to make them independent contractors. That's very important, because when it comes to fighting wages,
see, as I said, like, the, you know, employees are full-time employees, but talents are independent contractors.
and paying wages, you have to pay employees under labor law, whether it's US law, Japanese law, really all around the world, you've got to pay out those wages. But when it comes to independent contractors, well, you can shaft them and then they've got to come and sue you or bring an action against you or a claim against you to try to get those back. It puts a massive burden on them to claim those amounts of money. Now, I have, since the Niji Sanji crisis, been screaming from the top of the hills that this is BS. And I'll put some money in the swear jar for that one. These people are employees. Whether you consider them full-time or part-time employees, they are under the control and authority of these VTubing companies. Now, I understand that there was a lot more anonymity at VShojo than other companies, but you might consider them in that case more like a part-time employee than a full-time employee that's completely controlled by the company. And in that case, they would still be owed wages under a normal analysis. And mind you, just because a contract says that you are an independent contractor does not mean that a particular state or country might not look at the situation, might not look at all the factors and say, under our law, we're going to consider them an employee. It's very important. And I do think in the VTubing industry going forward, this is a massive lesson that all VTubing talent should be considered employees. They should push for being employees. They should say, no, I'm an employee if I'm going to work for your company because you need to pay me and you need to be liable if you do not pay me. And I don't think the Japanese CEO, listening to him, is the villain here. He's clearly not at the top of the rung. He's not the CEO or CFO or COO or CTO. He's at a lower rung of...
Sorry, I'm watching this at like higher speed so that like we have like a little bit less to watch, let's say. And I'm gonna be jumping ahead and I'm just gonna be kind of like skipping through the video. Okay, so the Japanese CEO.
Rung. He's not the CEO or CFO or COO or CTO. He's at a lower rung of responsibility. He certainly cannot make shots for the entire company. That was not his responsibility. And certainly, by the way, none of the talents are liable for this. This is something where they are the victims.
Like, yes, the JP branch CEO, this person who was on Kesan stream, like he's not the big guy, right? Like he's not at the very top of the company. He can't call the shots, like all the shots, right? Like the important stuff for the whole company. But it doesn't change the fact that he is still a higher up, right? A person in charge of the branch where Kesan worked. So to me, he still, if he's getting paid the big bucks to run that branch, he should have the responsibility to know what's happening, know that the talent is not being paid. I mean, he knew, but know where money is going to, right? Like, I think that it's a pretty important role, which means, okay, well, with a pretty important role comes a lot of responsibility, and you have the responsibility to know these things. I'm getting upset. Sorry.
And they do deserve your support and your appreciation. And I will say this about all of them: Ironmouse, Kesan, Henya, everybody, Mitsubishi, everybody. They do deserve your support and love in this time, and also your understanding that they can't say the things that I can say because they're under a different level of scrutiny. Now, I do hope with some right legal maneuvers, they can finally speak up, and we're going to talk about that today and the way they may be able to speak up. But right now, understand and be patient with them. They need
like, I didn't know that there's a way, but well, I guess I'm going to learn something today.
Their lawyers in their jurisdiction, or
Nice.
in perhaps California, which is the jurisdiction for VShojo, where I think is very ripe to bring suits and claims, etc. They need to work with their own lawyers to get this done. So be patient with them to get to that point where they will be able to speak. I do believe that time is going to come sooner than later. Sooner than later. So let's continue with this. The best quote I think from this is "Talent first, my ass."
Oh yes. Oh my god. I forgot about this. Yeah, there was a moment in the video where the CEO just goes like, hi, like, oh, I wasn't paid, like I quit. And he's like, hi. And none of the talents were paid, hi. And she just goes, talent first, my ass. So that was in reference to VShojo's account on Twitter, because it literally says a talent first agency. Let me pull that up, because it did not age well. Yeah, it did not age very well. Oh no, that's not it. This is it. Yes, it says a talent first VTuber company. And yeah. So hence Kesan just goes talent first, my ass. Yeah, it wasn't. It clearly wasn't. So it's not. It's money first, or that's no. I mean, yeah, like you can understand. Like, yeah, it's a company. It wants to make money. That much is clear. I think everyone understands that hey, it is a company. The company is here to make money. Yeah, like the company is here to support talents and make them grow, but it's also here to make money. Yes. But then it's just kind of, it didn't age very well when you advertise yourself as talent first company. Because they weren't paying their talents at all. So not great.
That was probably the best Kesan quote out there, period. And I love Kesan. I'm definitely a fan. So one important thing here is that VShojo is an American company. Now we've covered Nijisanji, we've covered Cover Corporation, big Japanese corporations. And one issue with those corporations is they're Japanese. And if the talent is American or Canadian or really non-Japanese at all, it's really, really difficult to come at those companies. This is not the problem for VShojo. VShojo is an American company, and they're an American company headquartered in one of the states with the most strong consumer protections out there, or strong worker protections, employee protections that are very, very broad out there in all the United States. So this is a massive difference. And especially since many of the talents, particularly Ironmouse, being a American citizen, right? Puerto Rico, still a citizen of the United States, and still able to bring claims, fully able to bring claims in California court, particularly related to labor. This is something where it is ripe for conflict, right? For either a lawsuit, criminal filings, regulatory filings.
Interesting. See, like I did not know this. That, well, I mean, I did know vaguely, right? Like that Japan has like very strict labor laws, but for their local employees, for full-time employees that are local in Japan, and then contractors, especially ones that are abroad, it's very hard to enforce your rights and, you know, like sue the company over anything of any wrongful action. Didn't know that this is a little different when the company is in the States. So that's, you know, because it's always a little more difficult to understand. Like, okay, if you're an employee that is not in the same country as the company itself, like what rights do you have? I thought only Holo China was the worst tragedy. I think this also, I'm really speechless. Oh yeah, I remember that era. That was also something big, you know, that was not great. I think it's a very new, like another thing about this is that this is a relatively very new industry, like for companies. Not for, right, like, yeah, like there were indie talents before, there were indie creators, and that's one thing, but the VTuber only agencies, right, like strictly VTuber agencies, those are relatively young and there are bound to be mistakes. I think the industry is learning. It's not as regulated as, right, because it's with any new thing, with any new industry, like, oh, it's not as regulated, or, you know, there's no like specifically like talent VTuber specific regulations for this. And I think because of this gray zone, I guess, yeah, it's pretty easy to sneak in something shady. Alberto, hello. I see you're covering the VShojo scandal. Yeah, like we're watching Legal Mindset's video to learn about the legal side of it. Like, what are the possible consequences? What are the options for the talents? The lawsuit is going to be great, even if the talents don't see any money. Well, I think for, you know, as much as it's worth, I think the agency is done. I think that VShojo is just they're just gonna disappear, because even if no one gets any money, I think the investors most likely are gonna do something about it. I don't know about the talents, if they're gonna be able to get the money back. Hopefully yes, but if not, like regardless of if they can get their money back, I think the agency itself is just done. Okay.
Because they are in America. And this is why I say they are sunk. This is why I say this is not an Nijisanji situation. This is not an any color. This is not a Hololive situation, whatever else. And in those situations, with Nijisanji, I told everybody, hey, when Dokibird went down, this is not going to be the end of Nijisanji by any stretch. Same thing when there's bumps in the road with Hololive, right? When Gura leaves, it's not going to be the end of Hololive. However, this will be the end of VShojo. This is very, very much going to tank them because of this.
As I said, right? Like it's very clear that this is the end of VShojo for sure. Like as the agency, as an entity.
Because of the financial situation. And mind you, I will point out one other thing. They were founded in 2020. And what was happening in 2020, and I say this as a corporate attorney who was previously working in a law firm related to issuing bonds that were used by governments and corporations, and then working in-house and seeing a lot of borrowing and corporate debt. During that period of time, corporations were borrowing at insanely low rates. They were drunk on debt and drunk on almost free money that was under the cost of inflation. So, hey, why not? Let's just borrow as much as.
VShojo is not going to recover from the scandal. They're not just a sinking ship. They're an imploding submarine. I think I've seen this. See, I've seen this from a couple of people on Twitter, like just and in videos. Like I've heard this being said quite a few times, and I think it's such a great point. See, VTuber industry is, or VTuber agencies included in this talk. It's built majorly on trust. Right? Trust. Because VTubers are anonymous, more often than not, like I would say in majority of cases, we are all here as like just our personas. Like, yeah, we're people obviously behind the camera, but this industry is majorly built on trust. Trust from between the VTuber, the talent, people, audience, and same goes for the agency, right? Like agency and talents. A lot of it is built on trust. And the moment you lose that trust with your audience, with the internet and it's online, everything's online, it's hard. It's hard to recover. I don't think there's a way to recover it with this scandal, with this scale, like at this scale. I think it's not possible to recover. Like I've seen other smaller agencies that went, they did something shady, they disbanded, and they tried coming back. And it just didn't go so well because people already know everything is on the internet forever, right? Whatever you put on the internet, it's there forever. Even if you delete it, it's probably there. It's probably still there somewhere. So people dug up those agencies, right? Like dug up the original names and they're like, oh, okay, watch out for these guys because they already did something shady and now they're trying to rebrand. Same goes with VTubers. When a creator does something shady and they had a scandal, lost people's trust, and then they disappeared only to come back a couple of months later with like a new rebrand or something, people are gonna dig it up. People are gonna come back and they're gonna be like, no, wait, hold up. This is this person. That's this person. They didn't redeem themselves. They didn't, they're just trying to sneak back in as a different creator. So yeah, there's that. Like I don't know, like just don't do things in a shady way. Don't do shady things. Don't do illegal things. Don't break people's trust, and yeah, because it's very, very hard to come back from that. Yeah, even if VShojo wants to open up for new talents, no one would want to after this scandal. Yeah, right. Like it's not only just the audience that is gonna leave; it's the potential talents that are gonna see this company and be like, oh wait, no, they already did something shady back then. They didn't pay their talents. Like I'm not gonna apply, right? Like no one's gonna apply to this. And don't steal money from charities because that's a whole new level of just evil. Like why would you do this? But because they were going under, and this has been happening for a while.
It's possible. So I have no doubt that they were highly leveraged going into this, and they were highly hyped up coming off of the kind of everybody's on the internet during COVID era, and thinking that was going to continue forever. And their financial projections were perhaps unrealistic given the fact that that was a temporary period of time that was over. And
oh my God, I just realized, yeah, like so what he said. Yeah. Like this started during COVID. The agency started during COVID, of course. Like, I mean, yeah, like because I was saying like, oh, they went just like way over their heads. That is why, because like the 3 years of COVID, it was a huge rush, a huge influx of people that were stuck at home. And what do? You're stuck at home. You can't really go anywhere. What do? Well, there's internet. And we had, that's why like VTubers blew up during the pandemic because everyone was stuck at home. A lot of us people, like, I mean, heck, I started YouTube during COVID. Yeah, like I started in like 2019, 2020. Like that's when my channel started. And then I started VTubing in 2020. Yeah, pretty sure. So yeah, like I started in 2020, 2021, maybe. Oh my God, did I die? Did I die? Please. Please, internet, don't do this to me. Please, my computer, PC, and my internet, please don't do this to me right now. I wonder if the CEO of VShojo would face a federal crime since they set up an EN headquarters in California. I think originally VShojo was not. I don't think VShojo was in Japan. No. Originally it started in San Francisco, California, and I started out way before COVID. Yeah, no, like I mean, absolutely. Like creators, right? Like it's not that YouTube didn't exist before COVID or VTubers didn't exist. Like I think the trend was starting 2018, 2017, but it really exploded on a global scale during COVID, during the pandemic, because people just found VTubers, right? Okay. And yeah, agencies like VShojo saw a lot of traffic, a lot of influx of fans and financial support during COVID, because and they were seeing this huge potential, which was a potential. It wasn't like, oh, this is not, you can't assume that this is gonna last like this forever, because times change and COVID is not gonna stay forever. Well, I mean, it's not gonna be a pandemic forever, right? It's gonna get under control eventually, and people are gonna be able to go out, and yeah, so they kind of just wait.
There was definitely bumps in the VTuber market as a whole, as people no longer had to be online all the time. And so, yes, the VTuber market did not grow as it was projected to grow based on 2020 numbers, based on 2019 numbers, etc. So I think this number of the founding is actually relevant, and the fact that they are a relatively new company and they're private. So once again, we don't have a lot of the disclosures that we required of a public company. But let's talk about the contract. So I have seen a VShojo contract. Now, in full disclosure, it was based on a previous contract. It is not anyone active. So it's an older contract. So they may have changed things in the contract. So I'm basing it on what I said. However, I don't think they've changed certain things. Number one, they do have certain NDA and confidentiality provisions based on that. I don't think they would have deleted that. I don't think they would have removed that. Those are in the contract. The other most important thing is it does frame them as independent contractors, as non-employees. So that is a super important factor, that they are not called employees, because when you are an employee, you get the protection of labor laws. You get the protection of regulation.
Does attempt to frame VTubers as non-employees, independent contractors. I see. Okay. Yeah. So that's, as I said, like, oh, they're not considered full-time employees. They're just independent contractors.
All of those things don't necessarily apply to independent contractors. Now, different states handle this differently. Different countries handle this differently. If anywhere in the United States is going to handle this differently, it's probably California, which is going to look at that and say, oh, no, these were really employees. These really weren't independent contractors. So I think that doesn't exclude it, but it is important for the intent here, because the intent was always to shaft them out of payment, was always to not pay them. So let's continue here. So labor law, we're going to talk about this real quick. So this is about the claims for unpaid wages. And once again, a very important fact.
Okay, contracts can't prevent unpaid wage claims or reporting of criminal activity. Process: gather documentation / witnesses, report to labor commissioner, mediation. If mediation fails, civil lawsuit, 3 years statute of limitations. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Like, so they have 3 years, which is very unfortunate for, I still clean my grocery even after COVID, which is very unfortunate for, oh, wait. Good night. Tsunahanashi, thank you so much for being here. Kesan and I started it. Whole Life and their talents grew it and even brought it to the West, and other large corporations sprung up and joined in with their manifest destiny. That's true. Yeah. Like Whole Life started, right? Like that was Kesan and I, and then it just like exploded, and especially it exploded around the world during the pandemic. So like circa 2020, 2021, like all throughout the pandemic. So essentially like 2022, and then it started kind of like slowing, like it started kind of normal, like stabilizing, right? Like it wasn't like booming as much. Okay.
Factor here is California, particularly if you're going to file it there, which is where VShojo is headquartered, they don't have any restrictions as to residency status or et cetera. So you can file a labor claim there. Even the people that are part of the corporation that are non-American might have a potential, if they consult with their attorney, to file claims in California in some way, shape, or fashion. Once again, I do believe all the girls that I've heard of, particularly Ironmouse, have competent lawyers, and they should listen to their lawyers. Obviously, listen to their lawyers over anything I say. This is more education for the public and education for people in general. But I do believe there's a possibility for them to make claims in California, and that would be huge for them. That would open the door to so much. So even if you have a contract, that's not going to prevent you from claiming, hey, you need to pay me these wages, right? Or reporting criminal activity. So reporting, hey, they didn't give this money to charity, and we knew it. And we saw it, we knew it, we have testimony, we'll be witnesses against this. We'll go to the federal or state criminal cases for these people. They can still testify to that. There's nothing stopping them. The NDA is not going to stop them. Nothing is preventing them from reporting that crime. In fact, if they try to retaliate for that, VShojo would be punished. You cannot try to retaliate against somebody for reporting.
Yeah, because there's a formal contract. if even if it's not like full-time employment, it is still like, hey, I did work for you. We had a contract, like a written document, written agreement. I completed my part of this agreement. You didn't complete yours. And that's, you know, that's not legal, so you have to pay me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a way.
A crime. That's not okay anywhere in the US and in most countries in general. So the process for this would be to gather documentation of witnesses, which they're probably doing right now. Their lawyers, particularly Ironmouse, is probably gathering a lot of
God, I'm sorry, my God damn. First toaster, then I'm mispronouncing things. Now you guys probably didn't hear it, but my stomach just went like just suddenly. Oh, it sounded like an earthquake is coming, and yeah, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Why did I start this stream hungry? I did not eat breakfast. If you're gonna ask me, no, I did not eat breakfast. I decided I have to set up, I have to prepare, I have to do this. Like, who needs food? Please eat your breakfast. I stupidly didn't eat my breakfast, and now I'm like, why did you not eat? No, because I okay, listen. Okay, number one reason, because I'm stupid, and I decided to sit at my computer, look at tweets, and doom scroll to find information and videos, and then prepare for stream. And then I realized, like, oh shit, it's 8:59 for me, which, well, I mean, for you guys was like 5:59 Pacific time. Please eat your breakfast. Please make sure that you eat breakfast properly, because then you're gonna end up like me, and the world is gonna hear your stomach make sounds like kaiju, one step away from Pacific Rim. All right.
Documentation, getting witnesses together, and then you report it to the labor commissioner. In this case, probably the labor commissioner of California. And after that, there's a required mediation. Now, this might be why they're saying, wait, why Ironmouse said in her video, hey, we need to get to a certain part of the legal process. It might be because they want to go to that mediation.
Raid says, did not hear it. Go eat, please. After the stream, after this video, like, we're just gonna talk like briefly, you know, like, we're just gonna sum it up, and then I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna go eat, like, after the stream. Yeah, it's okay. 8:59 for me too. Just PM. Hey.
See if they get a settlement. See if VShojo can make this right. Otherwise, if that fails, there's going to be a civil lawsuit. They can bring a civil lawsuit. In which case, we'd all get that information. It'd be public information. We'd be able to talk about it. We'd be able to see everything that's going on. it would be a nightmare for them from VShojo if they aren't already bankrupt, which we'll eventually touch on that topic.
I think so, they are.
Then we got the silencing the mouse, and as well as the other talent.
Okay, so we have laws prevent retaliation against employees reporting unlawful acts. Yeah, because Ironmouse was a whistleblower, and she, even though she is under an NDA, I believe that when she's a whistleblower, and she can still report illegal activity by the entity. So that's not, you know, the NDA is not going to punish her for that, because this was an actual criminal activity. California law, or at least, right, like fraudulent activity. California law also prevents NDAs from silencing employees. Oh, this is what it was. Shit, this is what I was talking about. I didn't look at the second option, and I was just like, I was going on this inspired speech, or inspired rant. Whistleblower protections also apply. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. Finally, cannot stop reporting of crime.
There are laws that prevent retaliation against employees reporting unlawful acts. You've probably heard of whistleblower protections. That's a whistleblower. Ironmouse is a whistleblower.
Which is good. No, absolutely. That's good. That's good, because it's not, you know, an NDA should not prevent you from reporting on an actual crime. Like, hey, an actual crime, actual fraud was committed by this entity, even though I'm under the NDA, like, right, like, this should not be a roadblock.
Something illegal going on here. Taking money that's supposed to go to charity, whether that's embezzlement or whatever else, or fraudulent transfer, like, that can be reported, and there's no way you can retaliate against that. Also, there's another California law that's passed that arguably could prevent NDAs from silencing the employees in regards to reporting bad workplace behavior. So saying, hey, we're not being paid, and they took this money from charity. The California law is pretty clear that the NDA cannot stop them from saying that. Now, there are other things that they could argue the NDA could stop them from talking about, stuff like personal relationships or personal interactions, maybe for now, but that NDA is not going to silence them from speaking out on what is clearly illegal. Further,
I think they're good. I think they just, you know, Ironmouse said what was known, or, you know, like, the activities that were known. that was already public. Yeah, and she was right, like, and everything was related to a possible fraudulent activity. So I don't think she broke her. And she didn't like reveal any trade secrets. She's not revealing any like company activities that were included in the NDA, like operation secrets or anything. Yeah, it was everything fell under the fraudulent activity. So
can't stop
I think
reporting
it's okay.
a crime. I cannot say that enough. Reporting a crime is always permissible, and no NDA in the world can silence you from reporting a crime. That's just the way it is. That's just the facts. So beyond that, let's get into what's going on with the criminal liability.
Oh, that's the CEO, yeah.
Or that could fall on people like Justin, the gun run Ignacio, the CEO. Once again, depending on his level of culpability and the culpability of the COO, the CTO, the other officers of the corporation, this criminal liability could fall not just on the corporation as a whole, but on these individuals, depending on how complicit they were in the scheme and how much knowledge they had of this.
Well, so definitely him, definitely the CEO. Then whoever was is proven that that they were also complacent and complacent. I need thesaurus, or I need wait, I need a dictionary. I need an Oxford dictionary. Wait, complacent? I think complacent. Is that the right word, or am I making shit up? Forgive. Right.
Get into the criminal side, shall we? So we've got obviously civil claims, which this is regarding the.
So technically, I'm not straying too far away from my content here. I'm still discussing criminal activity. We're still discussing crimes.
The $500,000 that was not given to charity, that was taken, and God knows what they did with it. Probably, by the way, my best guess on what they did with this is they are leveraged, and they were used that money to pay their current expenses, and they were over leveraged, so they were hoping to pay them back in the future and make some miracle money and pay them back in the future and get everything right. They didn't.
Yeah. So essentially, wait. Why? Oh no, I'm good. I thought I messed something up in my tracking. I lost my point. Never mind. You know what? Wait, I'm lost. Okay, criminal activity. Oh. Yeah, so that's what I said. Like, I think that's what I was thinking. Like, I think they didn't pay the charity because they were already in debt, so they were trying to pay off the loan with a loan, right? So like, we're gonna borrow this from the charity. We're gonna pay them later. We're just gonna use this money for now for operational, purposes, right? Like, whatever, like for the operations. Because we're like so much in debt and we have to pay for a lot of stuff. That's.
Didn't do that. They didn't give the money to the charity. Now that's once again, it's my speculation about what they did, but based on what Kesan stream, which just happened just a couple minutes ago, I stopped watching it. It seems you're in financial trouble. And if you're in financial trouble, what are you going to do? You're going to take the money and you're going to use it to pay immediate expenses, probably staff, because they needed to pay them or they'd be hit by labor law restrictions. That's why the JP CEO got paid and Kesan didn't. So that's what I think they did.
Yeah,
with that
was like,
now if they did
that was such a bad moment. Like she's an absolute goat for like asking this, but she's like, are you getting paid? And it was just like, gee, just silence. And then he was just like, eto, ano, like, so this ne. And then he was like saying like, I took a pay cut. And she's like, yeah, but you're getting paid. I haven't been paid since September 2024. Do you realize that? And he's like, hi. It's like,
there's three things that can happen here: civil claims,
absolute cinema, guys, absolute cinema,
and anybody else who's a big donor or gave money, federal crimes, and their state crimes. Let's talk about civil claims. So first of all, donors can file suit against VShojo. So if they donated money or you donated money, you're out there, you donated money, you might want to just have a chit chat with a lawyer and talk about.
Misinterpretation. That was the word that I was looking for, right? Like how would people like that was horrible. See, this is horrible. Had Ironmouse not decided to come out with this later along the way, if let's say the charity came forward first, like if Ironmouse decided like, okay, well, I'm gonna trust the company, it's gonna be okay, like we can solve this, and then let's say the charity, the IDF, right, like the Immune Deficiency Foundation, came forward and said like, hey, we were never paid for this, what happened there? Like, like VShojo, Ironmouse, what would people start thinking? They would immediately go to Ironmouse and tell her, hey, you lied to us. We donated to your stream. You deceived us. So now it's a defamation for Ironmouse because it wasn't her fault. Like she fulfilled her role and she did what she was supposed to do. And she did that and more. She went way beyond. Meanwhile, the company fucked it up, and now, you know, her name is tarnished. Like, her name would have been tarnished, right? Because people would not see the behind the scenes. They would see like, oh, you know, like Ironmouse told me this is for charity. None of my money went to charity. It went to the company. It went to paying off for models for operations, right? And that would reflect on her name. So I think that's why she came forward too, like partly because she's like, yo, like I'm not, you know, I did everything. I was genuine in my actions. I was genuine. I did fulfill my role. And now, you know, I would have been blamed for this, essentially. I wouldn't be surprised if VShojo would throw Ironmouse under the bus if she kept quiet. Yeah. So it's really good that she did come forward, because otherwise she would have been thrown under the bus. Like along the way, I think it would have naturally happened. It would have just been like, yeah. So it was almost a sabotage. No, like seriously. Now that I think about it, now that I'm looking at this, yeah, misinterpret, like if I see this, right, like immediately misinterpretation, who would the people go to first? They don't see the CEO of VShojo. They don't interact with the CEO of VShojo. They interact with Ironmouse. So they would go to her and they would be like, hey, where's my money? Why didn't it go to the charity? Where is it? Right? Like everyone would go to the chat in the chat. Insane. Oh my God. Wait.
What you did, how much money you gave, and what was going on with that. And then there's claims, you know, once again, these are different types of civil claims for misrepresentation, breach of contract, fraudulent transfer. Particularly fraudulent transfer is at play here because of the large sum of money, because it's a massive amount of money. Misrepresentation because they misrepresented that.
Yeah, I'm glad that she made the move first.
Charity, and they didn't give it there. And breach of contract because there's an implicit contract. There's a fiduciary duty there to take that money and give it to the charity. And they broke that understanding. They broke that agreement. And Ironmouse could also likely bring a claim as well, because once again, she was part of that. She I'm sure donated to that as well herself, so she probably has status as a donor, but also just to clear herself from that and saying, hey, look, this money was supposed to go there, it didn't. Let me put this claim in there to make it very clear that they're doing wrong. So I think Ironmouse also could back up the donos in that. Let's go to federal crimes.
Yeah, she did the right thing. She did the right thing.
Money from behind bars. Charity fraud is typically investigated by the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. Now, oftentimes they're working in conjunction with the state attorney general. So those working as kind of a team in order to look into
okay, and depending on nature of fraud, sorry, I have to like scratch my nose, but my okay, I can scratch my nose with my arm, but also like my actual nose, sorry. Depending on nature of fraud, can breach several federal laws. Wire fraud, money laundering. Oh my God, this is like some Ozark. You guys, have you guys seen the Ozark? You guys should watch that. Even though it's about drugs. This is not about drugs. But, you know, we don't know. No, it's not about drugs. False statements, Federal Trade Commission Act. Okay, we're gonna see that. If they really were gonna throw her under the bus, screw them. They know how she lives, and they were gonna do that type of shit. Fuck. Well, I mean, they already kind of did, right? Like they already kind of were throwing, like in the process, mind you, of throwing every single talent under the bus. Well, throwing on Ironmouse, their lead talent under the bus for, you know, like I believe, like obviously this is alleged, you know, alleged, yes, alleged pronunciation. Thanks Polish. Thank you. Thanks Polish heritage and upbringing, and thank you, my Polish accent. Everything that I say right now about the sabotage and whatnot, that's alleged. Is it alleged? Well, it's allegedly. This is what I meant. So it's all allegedly because we don't know. We're not gonna know until the like everything comes out. The NDAs are over. The lawsuit goes in. But allegedly, I would say. Hypothetically, let's say hypothetically, I think this might have been a process. Like it might have been a plan B. So essentially plan A, like VShojo's plan A was to, you know, fake it till they make it. So essentially take the money, pay off the immediate expenses, pay off the whatever the operational costs, right? With the money. So take the loan from the charity to pay off a loan, right? To pay for their operations. And if that works and somehow they make a miracle money, and they can pay off everyone, then it's like, oh, it's fine. We're in the clear. You know, we paid off everything. We can just like sweep it, like just go like under the rug. Don't know why I said, why did I make that sound? Who knows? You'll never know. Okay. And then plan B, this is the alleged plan, right? This is just my like, oh, allegedly hypothetical plan. I think it might have been, okay, well, if shit hits the fan, the company will not say anything. We will let people assume that Ironmouse, you know, like, oh, her stream was a fraud and she, you know, tricked everyone. I think they might have gone that far, and like, who knows? Like, as I said, this is like purely hypothetical. If shit hit the fan, I think had she not come out first and said it, and, you know, had she not come out as a whistleblower with this information, like, I think they might have just stayed quiet, because they're staying quiet now. Have you noticed? There was there's no statement from VShojo, so I think they're staying quiet now. They would have stayed quiet in that situation too. The most likely plan. Yeah, I think that was maybe like a plan F, so plan fraud.
All types of charity fraud and really do the investigation. Once again, we are very preliminary. We're at the allegation phase. This would all need to be investigated.
Oh yeah, they're hiding. They're hiding.
The people who get that are the FTC and the State Attorney General. And I think the State Attorney General of California, which I'm sure many people are going to contact after this, will be very, very interested in hearing this case. $500,000 from an immunodeficiency charity. I'm sorry, that is that's disgusting. And once again, I try to keep
that's criminal. That's criminal.
Objective legal analysis, but the scope of this really does give me a righteous indignation with the amount of money that was taken here from a charity. So, depending on the nature of the fraud, a breach of that duty to deliver that money can violate several federal laws. So it can be wire fraud. Wire fraud is one of the easiest ones to get them for. And certainly, if they wanted to go down that route, and it is a case where they receive the money via the internet, because wire fraud is not just old school wire. This is not fun, you know, down under the sun. This is all potential prison time for people at VShojo.
Ooh. Oh. Oi. Wait, because that doesn't hit quite right if I don't like turn around, because I'm in a microwave. I'm still in the why am I still in the microwave? Oh, god damn it. Wait, hold up. Where's my god damn, why? Oh, got it. Sorry, had to reach for something because my phone is running out of battery, and that also means my tracking is running out of battery. Fixing shit. Boy, am I fixing shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. I am not on top of my game today, but please understand. It's been quite upsetting. It's been quite rushed. This whole stream is just huge, you know, improvised stream. Sona is almost done in the microwave. I'm almost done in the microwave. Hopefully, maybe this is gonna like, wait, hold up. Maybe this is gonna like improve things. I don't know. Like maybe it's because my phone was running out of battery. Who knows? No, it's still probably gonna like, I wonder. My tracking, my hand tracking seems to be better. How much longer in the microwave? Oh no, like we just have like this bit here, so it's just like 8 minutes of the video. Then we're gonna just talk about things and wrap things up, and see if anything else came out on Twitter, because Twitter knows things. You know, Twitter is this magical place where nothing hides, nothing ever can stay hidden.
Beyond that, there's the state law. There's California Penal Code 503, 501, 515 regarding embezzlement. So assuming that they took the money
embezzlement. So I was right. It is money embezzlement.
That's right there.
Possibly.
Breach of fiduciary duty, because they have a duty. They're the trustee of that money to give it over to the charity. That was their duty, fiduciary duty. Anybody who, for example, is holding money for somebody else. So if you gave money to a lawyer and that lawyer's supposed to go pay for real estate, and they don't pay for real estate, they pay for, you know, cocaine and whatever else, that's going to be a huge, massive problem. So that would be a breach of fiduciary duty. This was a breach of fiduciary duty in the charity sense. Misleading and deceptive fundraising, I think that speaks for itself. They said the money was in one place, didn't go there. Also reporting and regulatory violations. So how do they do their taxes?
So misleading people.
Report this. They needed to report this to the government, to the regulatory authorities.
Oh yeah, and tax fraud. tax fraud because this is a donation. If they reported it as a donation, right? Like, oh, we donated $500,000 to charity. Obviously, that's like tax deductible.
This money to charity. Did they take a tax write-off for this?
Yeah.
Did they write this off on their taxes? Did they make a false financial report? That's massive. And the last one, and
oh my God, I am an adult. I'm so I am sorry, but watching this stream and like saying things before legal mindsets, because this is like the first time I'm watching this video. I did watch like a little bit, like I was just skipping through, but not this part. You know what? On one hand, I just I feel proud of myself for understanding these things and just knowing what he's gonna say ahead of time. On the other hand, however, I feel like, oh my God, I'm an adult. When did this happen? Ah! It's just like, ah! Wait, why am I? Oh, okay. Also, you guys might have heard my my stomach. This is great. So you watched this before? No, like I was skipping. I was kind of like looking through the video. Not like playing it, but I was kind of like, oh, I was doing this, like, okay. So he's gonna like, like I was mostly, I got to this part because I wanted to know if he discussed the CEO. So I got to this part somewhere, or like maybe this the first part, but I didn't actually watch it. I didn't actually hear what he was saying. Let's see this. Okay, so tax law violations, yeah, because it's like
It's both levels. But tax law is perhaps the most massive place.
Yeah.
Because if they chose to try to take a
IRS is not going to leave
falsify
you.
their taxes, oh boy, the tax man does not F around.
Taxman!
And that's where the people could see very, very serious.
Taxman mentioned.
Now, let's talk about the other girls and a little bit about what went on with them. Obviously, a lot of them have pulled out of the branding. They've no longer branded themselves as VShojo. They're going to have talks on this. Obviously, Kesan had a very clear talk, and Kenya's going to talk, and some others are going to have a commentary as well. Which
all of them made videos and yeah,
they have follow-up videos on that. But it very much seems like these talents were, especially since Kesan said she was shafted out of wages, that she didn't get paid wages. In that case, I think they need to file claims as well. I think all of the talents need to consider, particularly in California, filing labor law claims. And once they do that, the other thing that's really going to be awesome for them is all those no retaliation clauses apply to them, so they can start speaking more. Now, they need to talk to their attorneys and make sure this works for them under their situation. Their personal attorney is comfortable with this. But assuming they are, once they do that, once the claim is initiated, they will this as they go forward with this. And I'm sure there's lots of California attorneys that would help them. And frankly, if any of the girls need any help finding a California attorney, I'm happy to try to hook them up and recommend them for them. But that said, I think the girls do need to consider their options and speak with local attorneys. Beyond that, this is a big one, especially after the Kesan stream. I think they need to really worry about VShojo declaring bankruptcy, because
I think they're going to do
it. As explained by the JP CEO, it looks like they're not doing good. And what I am worried, and the strategy that came out of Kesan stream, which I think is putting together, is they are not paying the independent contractors because they're planning to declare bankruptcy. I've seen this before.
I think they are.
Evil corporate counsel from my back days when I did that. That is something corporations do. When they're going under, they stop paying out because they know they're just going to declare bankruptcy. And what happens when you declare bankruptcy? Well, there's two types of debt. There's secured debt and there's unsecured debt. Secured debt gets paid first. That's stuff like mortgage.
No, that's not right. Like that's bad. That's not great. Because the towns are not going to get paid. But I think a lot of signs are pointing to VShojo filing for bankruptcy.
Or something like a lien on a car, right? It's secured by something. There's something they can take. That's paid first. Then there's going to be employees' wages. Those are paid. But anything else, including independent contractors, is unsecured and dischargeable. So the big thing they're banking for is to get to discharge the payments because they label them as independent contractors. That's their strategy. I mean, I see it clear as day. And to me, the question is not only are they going to declare bankruptcy, it's how quickly are they going to declare bankruptcy? In fact, if I was the CEO of VShojo, I'd be running right now into the bankruptcy court to declare it right now so they can seize, so they can stop all payments. And now that would put it on them to battle back. That would put it on the talents. So I think the VShojo response is going to be to immediately declare bankruptcy. And why is that? They lost their largest talent. There's no way they can financially recover. You can't explain to me how VShojo, who is already losing money by the own admission of their staff, by the own admission of the JP.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, but it's a very likely scenario that they're going to file for bankruptcy and just not pay people.
They're already not able to pay. And suddenly they're going to lose all their talent and be able to pay? No one's going to give this company a loan, especially with this bad PR. Are you kidding me? No. This is a clear bankruptcy scenario. And in bankruptcy, they're going to try to discharge that. Now, there's a little ray of hope, a tiny little smidgen of hope, right? Is that there is a special exemption for unpaid commissions to independent contractors. So debt qualifies for priority status, meaning it gets higher status than unsecured debt if during the 12 months before the bankruptcy, 75% of the contractor's own earnings were from the debtor. So in this case, that would apply to most of the girls, I imagine. Now, maybe they have other earnings or other money from elsewhere, but if they were making most of their money from VShojo, that is a big big exemption that could fly in there. Once again, it doesn't guarantee they get paid out, but it does give a glimmer of hope if they go the bankruptcy route, which I think it's looking like right now. That's what I've got for today for the fast facts version, guys.
You guys, if you want to know more from the legal standpoint, you can go watch Legal Mindset's other video. I think he dropped another video just a couple hours ago. So where does this leave us? Let me see if there's anything else that's been dropped. No, yeah, like the good news, we have some good news. Ironmouse's campaign has now reached $1 million raised for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. It is double the amount she claims VShojo owes the charity. We did have a couple of other things. No, that's the mutant chupacabra. That's just I'm sorry. I can't believe that out of all of my like the bookmarks, I just got to this one. I was checking out. I love the captions. Like I was checking out this goat, dog, pig, hybrid chupacabra looking animal thing for way too long before I realized it. But the goblin dog, yeah. This is the transcript of the Kesan's talk with the CEO. You know, like there was we basically saw this one. There's Lara's post that basically summarized the information comes out from a connection to former VShojo staff. Sources wish to remain anonymous. The information given here is to provide context for the timeline of events. So notes, VShojo started downsizing and cutting staff to alleviate financial pressures. So it's been, as I said before, it's been going on for quite a while. Many staff members were let go with less than 2 weeks notice. This comes from a VShojo employee, from a staff member, anonymous, because they're right, like they are under an NDA, so they can, you know, like they came forward with their information. Many staff members were let go with less than 2 weeks notice, and in some cases only a few days. Anonymous source was left in the dark, also treated as allegedly. Everything that's said here is allegedly, because I don't know, I can't confirm if this person that's giving this information is actually from VShojo, so we don't know. Anonymous source was left in the dark about financial woes and was shocked by the sudden termination. They were unaware of the extent of damage. Talents were upset with the sudden decision, which led to talents separating themselves from the company. Former staff is united in working against the upper echelons, however it's pronounced, of VShojo as legalities proceed for payments. So yeah, you know, this has been happening for quite a while. What do I have here? Oh no, this is Legal Mindset. Yeah, like it's just, yeah, like it's mostly my goodness, you guys, goodness. Well, this is, yeah, another, I'll see if Rima has any other updates. I guess she had like Henya, so she you know, I love that, life is pain, Dayo. But I guess like that's pretty much it. That is it for today. It's horrible. New fear unlocked. FEARSONA, I guess there's Henya's video can't get fresher than this morning. Yeah, like, but Henya's video, same thing, you know. Henya also left an agency after a pretty bad situation. I think it was like similar situation again, and she was with VShojo. She joined VShojo. She thought like, oh, you know, I thought finally I found home. I found like a legitimate, you know, like a good agency that would treat me well, and I would like handle things, and you know, they were running things smoothly, and they had this great opinion, and yeah, and it's the same as Michi, you know, like same thing. Same for Kuro. Like Kuro also last year, almost like anniversary, he had the situation with Niji Sanji because he was Mr. Rias. He had the situation with Niji Sanji, and it was like also like unpaid, just mismanagement, and he left, and then he joined VShojo, and yeah, it's the same thing again. That's pretty bad. Okay. Yeah, Anya, I'm so sorry. It's the end. I think we can stop things here for today, because I think I've covered pretty much everything that's been said. There's more. There's more on Twitter. You know, there are things on Twitter like Oh yeah, okay, so there's this thing that I saw. I don't know how legitimate this is, but a reminder that VShojo and the gun run, so that's the CEO, fumbled the allegedly $11 million of initial investments for their 3 investor group. And if those 10 million are on top of that, it makes it 21 plus million dollars. That's insane, because those are the 3 major funding companies. So yeah, $21 million in debt to make. Yeah, like I wish I had $21 million to make my own VTuber corporation. So there's that. There's like a legal mindset, more bankruptcy stuff. Apparently, multiple ex-Nijisanji Ian Livers came forward to confirm that VShojo / Gunrun did try to poach them to the agency. I think the idea behind it at the beginning was that, well, I mean, because, right, like people started saying like, oh, VShojo is like the refugee camp for corpo VTubers from bad corporations, and VShojo is like the saving grace for everyone. So allegedly the gun run, so the CEO started actually leaning into that. So he started like, oh, why don't we actually become the refugee, the retirement home, right? Like the retirement agency for like agency VTubers, corporate VTubers. And he started actually poaching people from other agencies, which, well, I mean, it was a concept, I guess, but like at least run the company correctly, run it right. And that's pretty much it. I don't think it gets any better than like any better. I don't think it gets any worse than that. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, you know, like in that case, I stand corrected. If it gets wrong, if it gets even worse, then oh my God, I was wrong. But that's pretty much it for today. Let me turn around because I'm still in the microwave and I'm just turning around. I really have to like fix this. I have to like... but yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for the donos. Joshua and Anonymous, thank you so much for your donations to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. That is wonderful. You guys are amazing. And Bacon also donated again. A couple of you guys donated, so thank you so much for this. I know it's not the greatest situation, but I'm glad to see that we can at least make something positive out of it, right? Like just make it into a reason to donate to the right cause, you know, to a noble cause. Okay. That's it. Oh my God, I am out of breath. That's pretty much it. This video is gonna stay up, and you know the fundraiser. So this video, any proceeds from this video will always go to the foundation. I'm gonna leave the fundraiser on this video permanently, right? So if anyone like comes and watches my stream and decides to go to the link, it's gonna donate to the foundation. So this was certainly a lot to take in, absolutely, and there's gonna be more things probably. We can just observe, wait, see what happens in the coming days. In the meantime, I'll see you guys tomorrow. So I do have a stream tomorrow, and tomorrow's stream will be, we're gonna be exploring some disturbing dark web websites. One of them, I'm not gonna open it again because one of them actually did attempt to give me a virus, so maybe I shouldn't have done that. But we're gonna explore some creepy websites, and I'm gonna talk about other things on stream. Yeah, like regarding like the other streams, like upcoming streams, cases, Patreon hangout, because we have a hangout this week. I think we're gonna be playing Project Zomboid, but yeah, we're gonna hang on stream. We'll see with my Platinum, Ruby, and Diamond tiers, but that's on Saturday this week. So Saturday 6 p.m. that's the Patreon hangout. Can we form an angry mob now? Let's be a reasonable angry mob, you guys. Let's be a smart angry mob. Don't go on witch hunts. Don't go after, you know, like don't go on Nijisanji. Well, not Nijisanji. Oh my God. I mean, but don't go after any agency, you know, just stay calm and wait for evidence. I don't like it when people go after someone without any hard evidence. So just, you know, Don't be keyboard warriors. I can't speak. Don't be keyboard warriors without having like real hard evidence. I'm talking about this only based on the things and evidence that came out online that I've seen. I did, I'm emphasizing some of the parts are alleged. So some of it is allegedly. I'm just speculating in some parts. And again, like, I just hope, at the end of the day, I hope that the charity is gonna get their money that they are owed. And I hope that the talents are gonna get the money that they're owed. And it's all gonna resolve in the best possible way for the talents and employees that are innocent in all of this. Okay, smart. No, we are called the angry mob for a reason, you guys. I know, angry mob, but don't be stupid, angry mob. Don't be stupid. Be smart, mature, angry mob that, you guys are a good community and you guys are a responsible community. And I believe that we can patiently wait for more evidence to come out. Okay. In the meantime, thank you so much for today. That's it. So stay safe out there. Thank you for all the donations to the charity, and stay safe out there. Always lock your doors and windows. Bear your haxes until the next time. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you so much for another donation. Thank you. I appreciate it. What do we have? Oh god, do we have something? Goodness. Do I have a fun fact for you? I believe I did have a fun fact for you, but... Oh, did you guys know that... God damn, I didn't know this, but did you guys know that roosters have, they have ears? I mean, I don't know. It's so strange to me that chickens and roosters, well, chickens, they have ears. I just see that and I'm like, no ears. That's it. They have eyes, they have mouth, they have maybe like a weird nose, but they have ears. They have unique ears, so they don't crow themselves to the death. So their ears are very hidden somewhere there. Apparently they do have ears, so I mean, that makes sense. But it's just still, I don't know, blows my mind that birds have ears. They got freaky whole ears. Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much, you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.